It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar wide receiver. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Raiders and the Cowboys, and it comes
as the sun starts to set. We're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the others.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to never miss video. Thank you all. Enjoy.
And you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
Moore with a return. And look at this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
From the gun, Laube. The lateral goes haywire. It's out. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play didn't really
work
out.
From Penn State. Wow, that
yeah.
was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap, and he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the
That's complete inside the 35. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the
Oh,
first
Dak
time.
Prescott.
Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016, who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
The biggest mistake.
What success? Losing the fucking playoffs and sucking dick?
Position just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here.
Stupid.
On the opening script they planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Play action, Prescott.
Thank you. I'll be taking this.
Interception. Cameron Sutton has the INT.
But thank you. I'll be taking that.
It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1. And number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation.
He fucked up on that one.
Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle, okay? I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
That one right down the middle.
That's what she said.
Drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And a big setback for them to overcome early, Brock, giving them points off that interception. And for a quarterback, a tough way to start the game as well. They got to shake that off.
Yeah, but this is where you really do start to see just the cream of the crop. The quarterbacks that are the best in this league flush, no matter what the circumstances are. But especially the negative ones, you flush them away and you go persevere.
Handoff on second and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. First down, here's Dak. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's 45 before he's brought down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Right up the gut. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Prescott here from the gun. It's caught, Ferguson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Dak now from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Completes this one to Hill. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone.
Shit.
Score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a one-score game. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown.
Okay.
It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yes, that's just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run from Elliott. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. Play action on 1st down. He beams one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders grow their early lead to 13. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump.
You fart, Wolf.
From the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now here's Prescott. He's got it over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now we have a member of the Cowboys hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to look at him. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! Into the red zone. And Vegas takes it back for a touchdown.
Yeehaw, bitch. Welcome to Texas.
Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance?
Yeehaw, bitch.
You see how it just ignites everybody.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff.
Oops.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Off the play fake, it's Prescott.
Thank you. My ball.
First half mistake, he's intercepted again. Jacorian Bennett has it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he makes the Hess goal. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
I point this out to you. Every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit
Hot
in these
pocket.
meetings,
Yum.
you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. A quick chance.
What? You want out? You want out? Huh?
To that pick 6 as it's sent away. Hill now to return it.
No one's outside, Wolf.
The return manages to get just beyond the 30.
No one's outside, though, man. Deion Sanders. So, what does everybody think of our draft? Comment below
Back to the air.
your
First guy after
thoughts
that pick.
thoughts
Defender arrives right as
on
the ball does, and
the
he breaks it
draft.
free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this one doesn't go far. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gut is Prescott. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cameron Sutton has the INT. And the Raiders take over as they intercept it for the 3rd time in just our opening quarter. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. He's got it on the bootleg. Connects on the crosser. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. And that was his 50th catch of the season. Pretty good total and a sign of just how valued he is as a part of this passing game. This offense in position.
Hi. What's up? Come on. Good boy.
1st and goal.
Thank you, Wolf,
They'll run here with Elliott.
for the Wolfie hug.
The lateral goes haywire. Fumble.
Shit.
They got it back. They can try and salvage something.
I got.
Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm
Correct.
gonna imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball.
Get off me.
There was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with them in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, will they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it?
And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Oi.
That
I'm
one
not
right
going
down the
nowhere,
middle.
Wolf.
And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Dak. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Now on 4th down, one of the greats, Johnny Hecker, out to punt this away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
No. Oh, that's a challenge. That's a close to call.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing off the play fake here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Elliott's on 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders threatening to run away with it already. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Johnny Hecker on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Collects this at the 32. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
There's some laundry. Laundry on the field. She would know. Damn. She would know. There's some a laundry on the field. She would know.
Running it after the penalty.
Just saying, she would know.
Maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple of yards on the run, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. That's the end of 1, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's an early lead for the Raiders. Back to AT&T. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They start out with a 3rd and 6. Now Dak to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side, and they pick him off again. And the Raiders are going to have it, and he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
They go play action on first. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. Has it down close. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. He's now up to 7 catches in this first half. Quite the pace that he set for himself. Let's see if he can keep this up and just how many catches he can haul in before this one's over. Throwing now off play action. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And the Raiders get to it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Raiders capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D-linemen, a lot, quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh no, they get him yet again. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
I just jumped over him for a touchdown. That's funny.
Pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue adding on to that lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away.
5 touchdowns,
He
9.
just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Out of the gun, they'll give it. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Raiders get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. First down, ball at the 36. Throwing now, following the turnover. Complete here to Bowers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders grow their lead off the turnover. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This is taken in at the 13. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson's got it, complete. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll run it from the gun. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. The Raiders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Rolling out to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down the cut at the 20-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They're going play action. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They go play action here. And he's got it. Had to lay out for it, but touchdown. The Raiders continue dominating in our opening half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That's up and through for the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. completes this one to Hill. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Now Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Wow, it's free again! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Prescott here from the gun.
Thank you.
Pick him off again. Picked off by Marcus Epps. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it deep downfield. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders parlay the interception into points.
What's wrong, Wolf?
Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short
40
notice.
yards.
Not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. To throw, Prescott. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun is Prescott. Wow, it's free again! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Coming off the edge, and it's blocked!
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. He's got it inside the 10. He has the touchdown. That gives him a mark of distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 14. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Marcus Epps making the play. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to never miss a video. Thank you all. Enjoy.
Prescott to throw. Wow,
Oh, damn.
again. And the Raiders get to it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Raiders capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, you kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. And they pick him off again.
Touchdown.
All right, Brock, I try never to ask this, but I just feel like in this situation, do we even need to play a second half today? What do you think?
Kate, you should never have asked him. Because if Frank Reich and those Buffalo Bills had that thought, they would have never come back against those Oilers in the playoff game.
Really good point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 39. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Here's Dak. It's caught, Ferguson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. out to throw. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Another throw for Prescott. Wow, it's free again. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And this is a huge loss on the play.
2-minute warning.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. The Cowboys in need of some points before the break. Prescott now on 3rd down. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end.
All right, let's go with a run.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. Elliott straight ahead. Broke through the tackle. Crashes through another one. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the 2nd one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
On the toss, here's Elliott. Breaks the tackle, still going. Spins out of one stop. Along the outside, he crosses midfield. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. Trying an inside get. The lateral goes haywire. Live ball. But I believe a Raider covered that one, so they'll luckily hang on to possession.
Right, that lateral does not work for shit, so I'm cutting that out of the play.
Throwing off the play fake here.
The fuck?
Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing it just before halftime. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side... Defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead.
Damn.
Okay, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out in Denver. And just a field goal separating these two sides as they've gone to halftime. The Broncos trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we'll jet east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at the Link. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. A.J. Brown, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And at halftime, they trail the visiting Seahawks in that ball game. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory
The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this content. It's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they weren't afraid to keep running up that score to the point that records came and went on the way to victory. Their point total, Brock, actually eclipsed the old record of 72 points in a game, which was held by Washington since 1966. Now a new record stands, one of the great offensive showings we have ever seen. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Dallas.